Well, wouldn't you know it, we're back for another week of exciting local television, entertainment, information, and TV. Happy Monday. 4th day of October 2021. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Hope you had a good weekend. I certainly did. It was an exciting Sunday. I was camped in front of my big screen TV with Major League Baseball on. All the games started at pretty much the same time as it was down to the very end. Game 162, as you know by now, the Mariners will not be going to the playoffs again this year, but still an exciting weekend to say the least. And Mariners they set the table. Seattle was a baseball town that's been sleeping for about 20 years, and by golly, they woke up, and it was good to have them back. So we'll talk about the baseball playoffs. We're set to go there when we get to sports. We'll have some news. We'll have a lot of news to get to. We had a beautiful weekend. It was 68 was the high on Saturday, 74 yesterday. We'll be right around 74 again today, but we're going to start seeing a few more clouds today. Then we're going to get unsettled. We're going to see a little bit of rain. We're going to see considerably cooler temperatures, especially for the overnight lows. For the first time in a long time, we could see overnight lows in the 30s, upper 30s. By the middle of the week, it's going to really start feeling like autumn. By the middle of this week, forecast details are coming up. We have a brand new opinion from Mike Mad Dog Mignotti. We got Today in History. A lot of interesting things happen on this date. A few celebrity birthdays, and in case you missed it on Friday, we're going to catch up with Leslie Freytag, the Executive Director of the Pybus Public Market, because now that we're into October, what's going on at the Pybus in October? Turns out a lot. They got a busy month coming up. We'll check in with Leslie in the back half of the hour. 48 degrees, again, a few high clouds. We're right at sunrise right about now. Let's start our tour. Now, we should have some pretty spectacular views today. Again, the sun is just starting to creep up. You'll notice a few high clouds. Sunset officially 7:04, so in about 90 more seconds, the sun will officially peak over the East Wenatchee bench. Sunset tonight, 6:33. Days are getting shorter, 11 hours and 29 minutes of daylight today. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley. And the leaves are, in fact, starting to turn now on the trees in the valley. Of course, the higher elevations, the cooler elevations, the canyons, the hollers, they get to go first, and then eventually the trees here in the Wenatchee Valley will start to change colors. Some trees look as green as it does in the middle of June. Other trees are starting to show the yellow and orange and red hues as autumn is well upon us now. Camera 2. Uriah wants to go visit Kashmir from the monitor camera, I want to say. Certainly the monitor area, beautiful view there of all the orchards. I guess what's left is apples and pears. Probably maybe just apples at this point. I'm sorry, I'm not an orchardist, but I do partake in the local fruit stands. So I think we're pretty much into the apple harvest season, and I think pears might be past their peak. Kashmir's way off into the distance. You can see Steins Hill, and of course the enchantments and the icicle way off. That's a great view from high atop our monitor camera, looking down over the monitor area. You can see the irrigation canal and the highway. Camera number 3. Billy Goat checks in. There's a great view of Billy Goat. Spectacular. Look at that. Get that spider web off of there. Somebody climb up there and get that spider web. That's a long way for a spider to plant a web. Now, what kind of food is a spider going to catch at that altitude? I don't know. I'm not a spider. Good morning to Pateris. Good morning to Brewster and Bridgeport and everybody up north. And good morning to Canada, way off into the distance. Just a stunning view from the high atop Billy Goat Mountain, overlooking Alta Lake, and camera number 4. We're back to, is that the lower east cross camera? The lower, okay, so that's the Wenatchee Heights camera, the lower camera. That is, as I mentioned before, it's about 400 yards to the east and slightly lower in elevation from our main camera, our cross camera, looking back over towards East Wenatchee, Paintball Memorial Airport. Tomorrow is the anniversary, 1931, October 5th, 1931. Clyde Pangburn, Hugh Herndon landing on Fancher Heights for the first trans-Pacific flight. Tomorrow is that anniversary. They took off in Japan on October 4th. They landed in the Wenatchee Valley on October 5th. It takes a long time to fly, even in a jet, not to mention just a good old-fashioned airplane. So tomorrow is the anniversary of their landing, and you can almost see where they landed. Excellent views this morning from our cross cameras and everything else. 5 minutes after the hour from the National Weather Service. Here's what we're looking at. As I mentioned before, big change coming towards the middle of the week. Partly sunny today, dry, pleasant, 74, our normal high this time of the year, about 68 or 69, so it's looking good. Same temperatures yesterday, just a few more clouds. You'll notice 49 for the overnight low tonight. Clouds will really start to roll in on Tuesday, even though our afternoon high will be just about the same. It's going to be fairly cloudy and mild for this time of the year. 44 for the overnight low Tuesday. Wednesday is when things start getting a little interesting. A cold front is going to start arriving Tuesday night, and by Wednesday, you're going to wake up and you're going to go, ooh, it's a little on the cool side. Look at the overnight low Wednesday night into Thursday, 39 degrees. We haven't seen overnight lows in the 30s in quite some time. So lots of sunshine on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but temperatures will be below normal for most of the Wenatchee Valley, with those overnight lows quite chilly indeed. I haven't fired up my heater yet this year, haven't needed to. I think we'll have to see if the furnace works by Wednesday night into Thursday. Gobs of sunshine, just cold air. It's going to come down. It's going to get trapped. No rain, just lots of sun. A little bit warmer on Saturday. Sunday, we start talking about some precipitation as another system begins to roll in. So very nice today, partly sunny and mild today and tomorrow. Overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, here comes the cold front. It's going to bring in some cold air. It's going to get trapped near the valley floor. Going to make us quite cool. Lots of sunshine. Nice sharp shadows from the sun, but quite chilly on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. A little bit warmer Saturday. Back to cooler and rainy conditions on Sunday. It's definitely going to feel like autumn, as it should, because it's autumn. All right, that's your forecast from the National Weather Service, 7 minutes after the hour. Come join me in 1 minute. We'll have your Monday morning headlines. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Kids are resilient. I just love their energy. They bounce back so quickly. I love the stories they tell. I love just their charisma, their character. I love to see that subtle smile that you pull out of a kid, you know, when you start talking with them about something they really like. I just love what I do, and I can't imagine I would be as happy doing anything else.
Hi, I'm current school board member Dr. Michelle Sandberg. As a physician and a veteran of the U.S. Army, I have learned how to lead and plan in times of crisis. And as a mental health professional, I recognize the increased needs that our students and staff have during this pandemic. I cannot overemphasize the importance of this election during this time of crisis, and more than anything, we need leadership right now. Please vote for me, Michelle Sandberg, for Wenatchee School Board.
48 degrees with passing high clouds. We'll get up to the mid-70s just like yesterday. Just a few more clouds today. Lots of clouds still in the 70s on Tuesday. Lots of sunshine and quite chilly for Wednesday and through the weekend. 8 minutes after the hour. We begin with a couple of accidents. We'll start with this one. 3 people were hospitalized following a single car accident. This happened yesterday morning north of Omak. According to the Washington State Patrol, a 1997 Toyota RAV4 was traveling southbound on State Route 97 shortly after 9 a.m. yesterday morning when the car crossed the center line, rolled, and came to rest on the driver's side 20 feet down the embankment. The driver, 18-year-old Robert J. Hahn of Omak, and his 2 passengers, 21-year-old Marissa L. Edwards of Omak and 21-year-old Christian A. Gierzabel of Oroville, were transported to Mid-Valley Hospital with unknown injuries. Hahn faces charges of DUI and driving without a valid driver's license. A Moses Lake man was seriously injured on Saturday afternoon after his motorcycle collided with a hay raker being towed by a tractor. This happened on Highway 28 near Soap Lake. The Washington State Patrol reports that 42-year-old Jason M. Ruger was driving a Yamaha motorcycle eastbound on the highway when he collided with the back of the hay raker that was being towed by a John Deere tractor that had pulled onto the highway from a dirt road. Ruger was airlifted to Central Washington Hospital with unknown injuries. The driver of the tractor, 30-year-old Lindsay A. Moore of Soap Lake, was not injured. The cause of that accident is under investigation. A Kennewick man must serve 30 months in prison for robbing a Wenatchee convenience store and leading police on a high-speed chase. This happened last spring, you might remember it. 40-year-old William Jeremy Allenbaugh pled guilty on Wednesday to 4 felonies, including first-degree theft, second-degree assault, and fleeing police. Now, back in April, he threatened a store clerk with a knife at the North Wenatchee Avenue Circle K and then fled with more than $5,000 in night deposit money. Police pursued his vehicle and they were able to stop it near the summit of Stevens Pass. Allenbaugh has been in the Chelan County Jail since his arrest. Uli Tululio, the Rock Island man who is accused of murdering his wife 3 years ago, will not go to trial as scheduled this month. The October 18th trial date was delayed last week, while Tululio appeals rulings made by Douglas County Judge Brian Hubert. Douglas County Sheriff's deputies found his spouse, 68-year-old Peggy Tululio, bludgeoned to death in their trailer home in July of 2018. Now, back in August, Hubert ruled that the deputies entered the home lawfully, but Tululio wants the Court of Appeals to suppress evidence gathered during that entry. A new trial date may be set at a hearing in November. Uli Tululio remains in the Okanagan County Jail. Starting last Friday, fire hazard designations in unincorporated Chelan County expired. That means, well, travel and activity restrictions are done, and you can burn your yard waste in small piles outside local urban growth areas. However, Chelan County Fire Marshal Bob Plum cautions that the fire danger has not gone away. Much of the county, especially the valley zone, has not yet received a significant amount of rain to combat the dry conditions that continue. Now, while Chelan County Code calls for any imposed fire hazard designations to expire on October 1st, the U.S. Forest Service and Washington State Department of Natural Resources will continue to post signage indicating fire danger levels are high on federal and state lands in Chelan County. Campfires are allowed in all areas of the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest that are normally open to campfires. The NCW Tech Alliance, formerly known as GWADA, had their annual award ceremony on Wednesday. Their Innovator of the Year awards were handed out. Dr. Virginia Emery of Beta Hatch was named the Entrepreneur of the Year. Spoke Space Technologies named Newcomer of the Year. Mario A. Goody Gonzalez, STEM Champion of the Year. 7 Wenatchee Valley College students won STEM College Student Innovator of the Year award honors. And Peter Kyle of Cascade Christian Academy was named Future Technology Leader of the Year. Here are some of the video highlights that were prepared for the Newcomer of the Year, the Moses Lake-based Spoke Space Technologies and Cashmere-based Entrepreneur of the Year winner, Beta Hatch.
I'm Andy Lapsa, founder of Stoke Space Technologies. We're building low-cost, on-demand access to and from orbit through 100% reusable rockets designed to fly daily. Traditional satellites are billion-dollar assets. They're huge. That's the way it's been for decades. When a satellite costs $1 billion and a launch costs 100 or 150 million, it actually doesn't really matter. There's not much price elasticity there because all you care about is getting your massive asset to orbit. Today, where before a satellite cost $1 billion, now you can make one for a couple $100,000. And all of a sudden, the launch cost is the primary barrier. So you have this massive swing that's happened in the industry, and the launch infrastructure has yet to catch up. You can only get to that point with 100% reusable rockets that turn around with a very high cadence, so much more like the way we operate aircraft compared to the way we operate rockets today. And so that's where we're unique. Our technology that we're using to solve that problem, which has not been solved yet by our industry, is unique and different. We have big ambitions, as you can tell. Blue Origin has Van Horn, Texas. SpaceX has McGregor, Texas. And we want to build a world-class development facility for game-changing, world-changing technology here in Moses Lake.
The company started in my backyard in a climate-controlled shed that I built for a couple $100. I called it the Bug Barn. From there, moved into converted office space, our pilot facility in SeaTac. We graduated into a small warehouse, and now we're building our flagship operation in Cashmere. It's the largest production facility for mealworms in North America, and globally, it's easily within the top 5. Bugs are naturally in our food system, and the food system works best when it emulates nature. We grow mealworms for animals, and then we also produce frass, which is the insect manure, super high value plant nutrient. Producing insects at this industrial scale has not really been done before. It's really, I think, going to be an important part of making a more sustainable food chain. It has potential to be $1 billion business.
Pretty fascinating stuff. We were glad to televise that for you on Wednesday afternoon. And finally, it was last call Thursday for Kelly Schultwitz, the longtime Chief Civil Deputy for the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. Schultwitz retired from her post after more than 39 years of managing evidence, serving civil documents, and court orders for the Douglas County Sheriff's Department. And here's Rivercom's send-off for her.
DO 51 Rivercom, out of service.
Chief Kelly Stolwich, on behalf of the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, Rivercom Dispatch, and the citizens of Douglas County, we thank you for your over 39 years of service. You have provided notable contributions to the Sheriff's Office and to the citizens of Douglas County. You have served your community with honor, pride, courage, and integrity, the cornerstone elements to our profession. You have laughed, cried, suffered, and loved with your partners in blue. It is a privilege that today we announce your work is concluded. Let us, your brothers and sisters, carry on the tradition of service. Congratulations and good luck. DO 51 is out of service, 1108.
Thank you, DO 51.
That's your news on this Monday morning. It was a busy news week last week, and I have a feeling we're in for another one. It's my trick knee, I think, but it's the time of the year where the news seems to be more of it. With a preview of tonight's newscast, here's Grant Olson.
Good Monday morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, clouds and mild temperatures for the first part of our week, and then cooler weather. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Grantstrom has a weekend wrap on a ton of high school sports, as well as the latest from the Mariners and the Seahawks. That and all the day's news coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope you'll join us then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Don't forget, we'd love to hear from you. You can submit news tips by going to our website, ncwlife.com. You can't miss the Contact Us icon. It's right there. You can go to our Facebook page and drop us a note via Facebook Messenger, or if you want to email us directly, it's news@ncwlife.com. When we come back, hey, at least it went to the 162nd and final game of the season. No playoffs for the Mariners, but still a great year. Plus the Seahawks got back on the winning track. Sports is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
You're in Ford Country, land of Pat Armstrong, Ford Lincoln, home of the lifetime warranty. That'll sure get you thinking.
Get ready for fall and winter with a new or used truck or SUV from North Central Washington's four-wheel drive headquarters, Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, on 3rd Street in East Wenatchee.
Land of Pat Armstrong, Ford Lincoln, you're in Ford Country.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live in home.
"19 minutes after the hour in sports." That close, but the Mariner fans, you're going to have to wait for another year for the Mariners to make the playoffs. Seattle losing to 2 of 3 to the Angels over the weekend, including yesterday. The final was 7-3. Following a split of games Friday and Saturday, Seattle's chances of reaching the postseason were pretty small Sunday. They needed both Boston and Toronto to lose, and they needed to beat the Angels in order to force a wild card play-in game today. That didn't happen. The Blue Jays swept Baltimore. Red Sox rallied for 2 runs in the 9th to beat Washington, just as Seattle entered the 9th inning, trailing 7-3. That's when manager Scott Service pulled Kyle Seager from third base to give him a moment with the fans in what was probably his last game in a Mariner uniform.
A chance to get an ovation. Outfielders coming in to give him a hug, and it's well deserved. Let's watch.
was pretty special for me. That was a real moment, and I mean, obviously this moment's gonna happen. You think about it, you think about how you're gonna feel, but you can't prepare for that. That was really special, and that was something obviously I'll never forget. But I'm just unbelievably grateful to the people and the fans and the Mariners. It was special.
He picked a good year to have his best year as a professional because he's a free agent and he is almost certainly going to sign with another team in the offseason after spending the first 11 years of his career with the Mariners. So the Mariners finished the season 90-72. That's their best finish since 2003. It was also the first time since that 03 season that Seattle sold out the final homestand of the season. But the season's over for the Mariners. It's playoff time. Boston will host the Yankees in the wild card game. That is tomorrow at Fenway Park, 5:08 first pitch, ESPN. The National League wild card game will be in Los Angeles on Wednesday. The Dodgers and the Cardinals, 5:10 on TBS. The Seahawks got back to the winning track yesterday with a 28-21 win over the 49ers. Russell Wilson threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another. Seattle improves to 2-2 on the season. Coach Pete Carroll said it was a hard-fought but much-needed victory.
This was a really good game for us today, and we were really challenged, and we started so poorly both sides of the ball, and then it took us some time to get going, and but what happened today was really, hopefully, really important for us. Is we talked about how we were going to keep hanging no matter what happened. We were going to keep hanging and keep hanging. It didn't matter what the game felt like or looked like. And we needed every bit of it before it was over, and so the span in the middle of the game when the offense scored 4 out of 5 times, the defense went 8 straight drives without giving up a point. That's when the game was controlled for us and turned around, and fortunately we were able to take advantage of that. We played really complimentary ball with Russian coverage, and that's why we were 2 for 14 on third down. It's a huge stat for us, a huge stat and a huge turnaround, and one that was really, that's the story of the game.
It's a short week for the Seahawks, though. They practice today. They got tomorrow off. They practice Wednesday. Then they play on Thursday. Yeah, they'll be hosting the Rams on Thursday Night Football, 5:20 on Fox. Let's take a look at the Les Schwab College football scoreboard from over the weekend. Jaden DeLora threw 3 touchdown passes to lead the Cougars over Cal, 21-6. Oregon State snapped a 9-game losing streak to the Dogs, kicked a 24-yard field goal on the last play of the game to beat the Huskies 27-24. Eastern Washington erased a 21-10 fourth quarter deficit, came back to beat the Grizz 34-28. And Patrick Hegarty connected on second half field goals of 45, 38, and 50 to help Central Washington come back to beat Midwestern State 30-20. The prep scoreboard from Les Schwab. We'll start out with the pitch. To the soccer pitch we go. Well, Eastmont lost for the first time this season. They lost at West Valley 2-1. Moses Lake topped Wenatchee 1-0. East Valley bettered Ephrata 2-1. Cascade got by Liberty Bell 4-3. Okanagan over Northwest Christian 9-2. Prep volleyball Saturday, again from Les Schwab. Cascade dropped 2 games on the road to Natchez Valley and East Valley, while Cashmere swept both of its matches against those same schools. Eastmont traveled to Sela, won in straight sets, and Lake Roosevelt beat Brewster in volleyball Saturday 3-1. Big 9 football on Friday night. Sunnyside came alive in the second half, beat the Wenatchee Panthers 20-10. The Panthers played stingy defense in the first half. They allowed the Grizzlies just 79 yards of total offense. Camden Lloydhammer, the workhorse on the night, finding the end zone just before the half to stake a 10-7 lead for the Panthers. Grant Olson and Eric Granstrom had the call Friday night right here on the NCW Live channel.
Good snap, hold is down, the kick a little bit left. Did it get through? Decision time, and it did. It wasn't by much, but the Panthers do put 3 on the board. 2nd down and 11. Rodriguez gonna roll to his left, look over to the left side, has a receiver there. It's caught, and after the catch, some yards now down the left side. Look out, still going down the left side. And that is Noah McNair from the 38-yard line, 62 yards on that pass and catch. Rodriguez to McNair. Devereaux, the snap. They're going to go with Lloydhammer right over the middle. He walks in, a touchdown, Panthers. 1-yard run to Camden Lloydhammer. and the Panthers take the lead right here before halftime.
Why not? Camden's been your workhorse here tonight. He takes it over the right side and just, refuses to go down.
One-on-one coverage as well. Split out left of Rodriguez. He looks that way, comes near side instead to the right side, and that's going to be an easy walk-in for a 15-yard touchdown to Brent Maldonado. Rodriguez under center again. Fake handoff to Newhouse. He's going right side. Receiver wide open over there. Touchdown to Maldonado, 24 yards. 6 seconds left. Can they get it in? 4, 3. I don't know if they're going to get it off or not, and they're not, Eric, or they are going to let him get it off right at the buzzer. And Devereaux takes a knee at the 11-yard line, and that'll do it. I'm joined by Camden Lloydhammer. And Camden, you guys came up on the short end tonight, 20-10, but boy, you came out and played a really good team tonight. You hit him in the mouth right off the bat.
Yeah, I felt like our team definitely fought hard. We have some injuries going on. We got Trey down. Second center went down with the stomach flu today, and we just fought through it. We got Johnny and Mesqua also down, and I thought our team just fought hard, and we just got to clean some things up.
To the Les Schwab scoreboard we go. Friday night high school football. Let's see. Eastmont may have scored again as I speak. They rolled on the road. They beat Eisenhower 45-14. West Valley topped Davis 27-7. Woodinville won at Moses Lake 24-13. Cashmere celebrated homecoming with a big 55-7 win over Quincy. Chelan scored a touchdown with 10 seconds left to win a wild one at Cascade 55-54. Omak clocked Colville 43-20. In B League football, on Friday, Okanagan remained unbeaten with a 55-13 win over Brewster. Northwest Christian topped Manson 20-8. Lake Roosevelt won by forfeit over Orville. And on Saturday, Antioch edged Bridgeport 26-24. What do we have this week on the NCAA Live channel? Well, we got soccer. We'll be at Leibofta Field at the Apple Bowl. The Wenatchee Panthers host the Sunnyside Grizzlies. Eric Granstrom and Matt Wiesen with the call. 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock beginning there. And then we'll be at Eastmont's Wildcat Stadium Friday night. Eastmont and Moses Lake. In Big 9 football, once again, Eric and Grant with the call. Our pregame beginning at 6:30. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this 4th day of October. I had 5 obscure holidays to choose from today, and they're all good. Today is National Consignment Day. I'll trade that one off to you. National Golf Lovers Day. You're probably wondering, why didn't I do that one? I'll tell you in just a minute. National Vodka Day. It's World Animal Day. That's just too big of a holiday. I was going to list all the animals in the world, but we don't have that kind of time. No, today is National Taco Day. And like most people, I love a good taco. Don't matter what. Hard shell, great. Soft shell, fine too. I don't care what you put in it. You can put anything in it. Beans, rice, beef, chicken, fish, whatever. Peppers, tacos. Tacos are good. I always put hot sauce on it. The hotter, the better. Tacos go all the way back to the 16th century, they think. They don't really know. Nobody really knows. What we do know is that the history of tacos in this country comes to our friends down south in the 19th and early part of the 20th centuries. When they began to emigrate to this country in large numbers, they brought tacos with them. The first taco trucks started to appear in the southwestern portion of this country, Southern California and Arizona and New Mexico in the 1920s. They are ambiguous now. They're everywhere. I like to eat out of taco trucks. I really do. How many tacos do just Americans, not counting any other country, any other culture, how many tacos do you think Americans eat every year? 5 billion. Americans consume 5 billion tacos every year. Now, it sounds like that's a lot of tacos, but you got to remember, nobody eats just one taco. You always eat 2 or 3 in a sitting, so you have that to go with. 5 billion tacos. That includes tacos in sit-down restaurants, tacos out of taco trucks, tacos that you make at home, and tacos from fast food organizations. By the way, of the 5 billion tacos consumed by Americans every year, 2 billion of those 5 billion were sold by Taco Bell, which I'm pretty sure isn't tacos. I'll do the taco truck any day of the week. Happy National Taco Day. Oh, by the way, all the taco places are having specials of some kind or another, last I could tell. Bottom of the hour. Boy, lots of things today in history. Take a look at this picture. Tell me what you think you're looking at. What is that? That's Mount Rushmore. That's Mount Rushmore before October 4th, 1927. That's what it looked like. And it was on this date, 94 years ago today, that Gutzon Borglum began the process of sculpting Mount Rushmore. It would take 14 years. Now, as you see, Thomas Jefferson was originally on George Washington's right. You see that? There's old TJ there. But then before they could complete it, old Gutzon Borglum said the rock there is crappy, so they had to blow up Thomas Jefferson's face. And they had to move Thomas Jefferson from George Washington's right to George Washington's left. That's indignant. George Washington's head was first, of course, but they kept running out of money. It was the Great Depression, economic instability. So it took 7 years just to do George Washington's head. And then they started on Thomas Jefferson. They realized the rock was no good. They had to move poor TJ to the other side of George Washington. There's TJ. Hi, Tom. Well, you're not going to last for. There's Gutzon Borglum and his son. So it was George Washington first. That took 7 years. And then Thomas Jefferson to the right of Washington, blew him up, moved him over to the left of Washington, and kind of tilted up. I mean, they had to go with whatever rock was stable enough to hold the sculpture. And then Abraham Lincoln was next. He was the hardest one to do because they had to figure out how to do a beard, but he went on the far right-hand side of the cliff. And then finally Theodore Roosevelt, who's way back in the monument because they kept drilling and they could not find suitable rock to put Theodore Roosevelt in there. So they finally went way off into the back, and that's why TR got there. So they started Mount Rushmore, the process on this date 94 years ago today, and it took them 14 years to do it. And Gutzon Borglum didn't live to see the final deal. I've been to Mount Rushmore a couple of times. It's pretty impressive. It's just, you build it up in your head so much that you're going to see this incredible thing, and it's impressive in its own way, but I think maybe it was just built up in my head a little too much. It was a little disappointing. That's what it looked like before they started drilling it. October 4th, 1955, 66 years ago today, the Dodgers won the pennant. In 1941, lost in the World Series to the New York Yankees. They won it in 47, lost to the Yankees in the World Series. They won the National League pennant in 1949, lost to the Yankees in the World Series. Won the National League pennant in 1952, probably their best team, lost to the Yankees in the World Series. Won the National League pennant in 1953, lost to the Yankees in the World Series. Won the National League pennant in 1955, and beat the Yankees in Game 7. The final was 2-1 at last. It was next year. Here's some highlights.
With pinch batter Frank Keller at bat. Robinson dashes to the plate. It's close, and umpire Summers calls him safe on the daring maneuver. But Yogi Berra doesn't think so. There goes the drive down the left field line, and Sandy Amorous races for the ball, sticks out his glove just in time and makes the catch. And McDougal has rounded second base. He throws to Reese, and Reese's peg to Hodges doubles McDougal at first. Elston Howard sends a grounder to Pee Wee Reese, and these Dodgers at last are world champions. Delirious with joy, teammates and fans mob the Brooklyn pitcher in wild acclaim. In the Dodger clubhouse is the pandemonium only a great victory can generate. And setting the zany pace are Gil Hodges, Duke Snyder, and Don Newcomb. This is Brooklyn's greatest baseball day. Newspapers shriek the tidings.
Brooklyn Dodgers winning their one and only World Series championship in Brooklyn. That was in 1957, almost exactly 2 years later. They were moving to Los Angeles, but they finally beat the Yankees. On this date, 64 years ago today, everybody grabbed their binoculars and they looked up at the sky and they said, there's a what up there? An artificial satellite. The Soviets beat us to it. They were way ahead of us in the space race back in the day. Sputnik launched 64 years ago today, October 4th, 1957. Went around the Earth for about 2 months and the batteries ran out and it fell back into the Earth's atmosphere after about 2 months. It was 23 inches in diameter. It weighed a lot, pretty heavy. Any amateur radio guy could pick up the signal, and it just went around, and everybody went, "Oh boy, this was a game changer." Caught everybody by surprise. Once it was up, and they realized that Sputnik was working, the Soviets told everybody, "Hey, take a look, it's up there. We beat you to it," and they did. We started to hit the accelerator after that, 64 years ago today. It is hard to believe that in the entire history of the papacy, a pope never visited the Western Hemisphere of this planet until October 4th, 1965, 56 years ago today, when Pope Paul VI became the very first pope to visit the Western Hemisphere. He came to New York City. He addressed the United Nations, became the first pope ever to do that. He met with President Lyndon Johnson. He gave a Holy Mass at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. He was in New York for about 14 hours, and then he flew back. But Pope Paul VI became the first pope ever to visit the Americas, and it began on this date, October 4th, 1965. You ever seen the movie Masterminds? Came out like 5 years ago. Owen Wilson, Kirsten Wiig. It's about the second largest cash robbery in U.S. history, and it happened on the state in North Carolina on October 4th, 1997, by a bunch of people who really weren't very bright. They stole $17.3 million in cash from the Charlotte, North Carolina regional office of Loomis Fargo and Company. The robbery committed by a Loomis vault supervisor, David Gant. His girlfriend, who happened to be married, Kelly Campbell, who used to work at Loomis, a one-time FBI informant, his wife, and a few other people. Everything was set in place, and on the night of October 4th, Gant, the ringleader, sent a newly employed coworker home early, and then he proceeded to load about $17.3 million in cash. $11 million of that was $20 bills into the back of a company van. Outside the building, they met up with the co-conspirators. They drove the van to a printing house where all of their individual cars were. They unloaded the van of $11 million in $20 bills. That's a lot of bills. And they realized they just couldn't get it all in all their private vehicles. They left $3 million behind in the damn van. The next day, investigators knew exactly who did it. For one thing, David Gant didn't go to work the next day. Hey, where's David? So he was the only employee unaccounted for the next day. Then they looked at the videotapes and they said, hey, there's David. For an hour, they had him on video loading all the money in the van. He made off for Mexico with 50 grand. They all got caught. The movie is okay. The robbery, boy, what a chutzpah. You're on tape, David. 38 minutes after the hour. Birthdays. The second most famous person ever to come out of Delaware, Ohio, was born on this date, Rutherford B. Hayes. We always do presidents. He's the 19th president of the United States. Born on this date, 1822. As presidents go, we went through a long period of caretaker presidents. Basically, after Lincoln for a long time, it was like, whatever. Congress pretty much was running the show anyway. Rutherford B. Hayes, historically speaking, mediocre. We had a lot of them. He only served one term. To his credit, when he was elected, he said, I'm only going to serve one term and that's it. And he only served one term. He held up his end of the bargain. Rutherford B. Hayes, 19th President of the United States. He was named John Charles Carter. John Carter was his name. But when you go to Hollywood and you want to be a movie star, you change your name to Charlton Heston. I've never met anybody whose first name is Charlton. He's it. Charlton Heston, the actor, born in the state in 1923. The only guy in the world who could play Moses. Played Moses in the Ten Commandments, of course, Judah Ben-Hur, Planet of the Apes, and the all-time classic, Airport 1975. Charlton Heston, born in the state in 1923, died of Alzheimer's in 2008 at the age of 84. And Tony La Russa is 77 years old today. He just won his 13th divisional crown last week as the manager of the Chicago White Sox. He has won more Major League games than any other manager except one, Connie Mack. And starting in a couple of days, he and his good friend Dusty Baker get to do battle. Tony La Russa is 77 and Dusty Baker is 72. And they're going to be the managers going against each other when the Astros and the White Sox play in the divisional series in a couple of days. Break out your AARP cards for that one. All right, going to take a break at 40 minutes after the hour. A brand new opinion from Mike Mad Dog Magnotti. And in case you missed it on Friday, we're going to catch you up one more time with Leslie Freytag from the Pybus Public Market. Find out what's going on where communities meet for the month of October. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel. ColorFX has moved their shop to a larger location to expand their services, including adding in a state-of-the-art large format printer. They got it. You need banners? They got them. You need vinyl decals for your cars, trucks, vans, or trailers in just about any size? Yeah, they got it. ColorFX has also been providing fun swag and clothing for local churches and high schools around our valley for decades. Support your local print shop. Call ColorFX in Cashmere today.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, independent agent at Springwater Insurance Group. And for next year's plans, there's some really special ones coming out. One in particular has no premium to it. 0 premium. That's pretty neat, especially if you're a veteran who has TRICARE or VA or CHAMPS VA, because you can utilize 2 plans at the same time. If you have questions about this and like more information, give us a call at 888-2600.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
How much are you paying for adult, family, or assisted living? The Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments for one affordable price. They are diligent with their cleaning and sanitary standards to keep all residents healthy. Residents enjoy good food and excellent care in a relaxed, home-like environment. Rooms are now available, so call ahead for a tour and see if the Epladolin is the right choice for you. Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living in Cashmere. Affordable care.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up here.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I usually don't repost other people's posts from Facebook, and I like to do my own, but there's a recent one I'm going to share here. I've seen both believers and non-believers post this, which causes me to think that there's some value here for all of us. Now, this post says this: if we Christians somehow arrive at the conclusion that giving up some personal liberties for the sake of other people's safety somehow makes us less free, then we have deeply misunderstood the cross. That's something to think about. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Our experience with NCW Life has been amazing.
People think television and they think it's this huge production thing. It's really expensive.
It's crazy how affordable it is. I couldn't believe it.
It's not as expensive as we thought it was going to be.
I would say I was really surprised to see that it was actually comparable to radio ads or print media.
It was really affordable.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
In a world afraid of technology, one man, one show will bring you the newest innovations that may just change your life. This summer, Ray McNeil, and your Weekly Tech Update is your Weekly Tech Update with Ray McNeil.
The Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center brings you Vibrant Motion, a new hour-long exercise program featuring local instructors Connie Townsend and Pat Robbins. Each week, we'll bring you a new episode with aerobics or Tai Chi. We promise you'll get a heart-pumping, low-impact workout regardless of your age. Join us for Vibrant Motion, weekdays on the NCW Life channel. Check your program guide for airtimes.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5,
High school sports is back, and NCW Life Channel's got you covered. Tune in for football, girls soccer, and volleyball right here. A huge thank you to our sponsors, Les Schwab Tires, One Way Construction, and Save Mart. Follow all the action of high school sports on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
14, they come back.
When I was about 16, I got in a relationship. He hit me for the first time in front of his daughter. He physically abused me in front of my children. I couldn't do it no more. Sage was there for me when I needed them. I didn't hear a lecture from them. I didn't hear anything, but just acceptance. And that's what I needed at the time. And they help you with everything that you need to move on in life and heal.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived. Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's
not. Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley once a month at the beginning of the month. Because it's the beginning of the month, we take a little time out to come down to where communities meet at the Pybus Public Market to talk to the Executive Director of the Pybus, Leslie Freytag, on what's happening this month. We have safely made it to October. We're going to have a beautiful stretch of weather, And you have a full calendar of events.
We have a very full calendar, and it's my favorite time of the year to be at the market, Dan. It's when fall finally hits our trees, and it'll be beautiful the next few weeks.
The big thing to circle is the Big Chill, and I'm not talking about the movie, which is a pretty good movie. I'm talking about, for you cider fanatics, this is the party of the year.
This is the party of the year. Savor Washington and Pybus Public Market have joined forces, and it's going to be located here, right out here in our plaza. We're going to have over 14 different cideries from around the state. You'll have an opportunity to taste. There's a charcuterie board available also, so it should be a fabulous Saturday, and that is Saturday, October the 9th.
And I looked at the price. It's extremely it's like $28.
Yeah, $28 if you're just tasting the cider, and I believe it's $36 if you want the charcuterie to come with it.
And of course, this is the height of the apple harvest too, so the timing couldn't be better.
So you're actually going to be able to do some tasting of some different kinds of varieties of apples during this event. We'll also have a few pears for you to sample, so it should be a really great, fun event.
Now, for those of you who don't know, most of you do, the Pybus Public Market is a nonprofit organization, so they're responsible for raising money and keeping this baby afloat.
Yes.
And your biggest fundraiser of the year is also coming up.
Our biggest fundraiser is coming up on next Wednesday, October 6th, and it's our 3rd annual Taste of Pybus. This year we're going to be starting our event just at the south end of our plaza and creating a feel of what it's like on a Saturday market. And then we'll invite you inside to have a fabulous dinner prepared by our restaurants. So it should be a great evening. We'll have great auction items for sale and our paddle race.
You mentioned market. It should be pointed out that the farmers market goes all the way through October. So
all the way through.
You can still come down and get your fall stuff, your pears, your apples, squashes, pumpkins.
Yes, all of that is in full force, and they're here every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. along with our artisans. Are all back in full force. Some weekends we have them out here on the plaza, and sometimes they're in the concourse.
Oh, that reminds me, and I don't want to throw you for a loop. The flower, the
Dahlia show.
Is it coming back?
It did. It was just here.
Oh, I missed it.
Yes.
Oh well.
And yes, and it was hard. The growing season was difficult this year.
It was very much so. So the Big Chill.
Big Chill
coming up
October 9th.
October 9th, and then your big deal is on the 8th.
Our big deal is October the 6th. And then the other big thing that we have going on is our annual, I believe we're 31 years of Make a Difference Day here in our community.
Saturday the 23rd.
Saturday the 23rd, and founded originally by Laurel Helton and Margie, and they've done a great job. Last year they passed the baton to Pybus Market, and so we are the HQ for all things Make a Difference. We have 2 fabulous volunteers, Mary and Barb, who do a great job organizing us, and I think you'll be visiting with them soon.
We will be. And this is the headquarters for Make a Difference Day. Of course, all the projects are going to be all over the Wenatchee Valley, North Central Washington, but this will be
This is where we
home plate.
help you find the project you want to do, or if you want to drop off donations. We have a whole list of things that for people who want to come and donate food or household supplies, children's supplies, anything like that. This will be the place that it all can come.
Big Chill, your fundraiser on the 6th. We still have live music, by the way, on Friday nights. Can't forget about that.
Can't.
Have we missed it? I hate it when I leave and I go, we should have mentioned that with Leslie.
No, I think we've covered it all, Dan. We still do Pybus University, but check our website. Due to the COVID, we've had some cancellations, so keep current there, but we're still trying to get through with Pybus University this year.
And it should be pointed out, if you haven't been down here for a while, the buzz is back. The buzz is back.
It is great to be here.
Yeah.
It is absolutely, and this is, as I said earlier, the best time of the year to be at Pybus.
And the 2 new businesses that are coming are still coming.
They're still coming. Huck at Pybus is all ready to open. They're just waiting for their final approval from the health department, and Hellbent, the tap room by Hellbent Brewing, is on track to be open around Thanksgiving.
I'm looking forward to it.
We are too. Lots of new options for dining.
October at the Pybus Public Market is as good as it gets. Where communities meet isn't some just fake slogan. It's the real deal here. There's nothing cosmetic about it. This is where communities meet. I've never come to Pybus and not bumped into 15 people I know.
All the time. All the time.
Especially my parole agent. I'll check in. I
Yes,
promise I
yes.
will. Leslie, it's great to see you. See you
Dan,
November.
Great to see you. We'll see you in November.
I'll see you all month long.
I'll see you
be
all
hanging
month
around.
hanging
Yeah,
around,
no
but
doubt
I will
about it.
see you and everyone on November.
The always radiant Leslie Freytag with our Pybus update. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back. Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge in Leavenworth has a warm environment to enhance your dining experience. serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Crystal's Intimate Lounge is a wonderful place to relax and dine with beautiful views of the mountains. Do you have a special occasion coming up? Call Crystal's to reserve their event space. Whether your event is grand, intimate, or casual, Crystal's provides unforgettable food and superb service. Crystal's Restaurant and Lounge, proud to be serving fabulous food and drinks.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
Welcome to Crunch Pack, the #1 supplier of sliced apples and a premier employer in the Wenatchee Valley. We are looking to add new members to our Crunch Pack team. We offer full-time work with great benefits in a safe environment with fantastic people. As a part of the Crunch Pack family, you'll find a home that's all about helping you thrive and succeed. Come see what Crunch Pack can do for you. Apply today at 300 Sunset Highway in Cashmere or online at crunchpack.com.
48 degrees here in downtown Wenatchee under high clouds. We're going to have another dry, mild, very pleasant day today, and it's going to be very mild on Tuesday as well, except on Tuesday, tomorrow, the sun's going to be taking the day off, then the sun will be back for the rest of the week. But here comes a pretty active cold front. It's going to make things rather chilly. So kind of like yesterday, we hit 74 on Sunday. We'll get to 74 right around there today. We'll just have a few more clouds today than we had on Sunday. 49 for the overnight low tonight. All clouds on Tuesday, the last day of this warm pressure, with a high of 73, 44 for the overnight low. And then here comes the cold front. It's going to come in overnight Tuesday while you're sleeping. You're going to wake up Wednesday to pretty chilly conditions, 44 for the overnight low. We're only going to get to 63. Now, we're going to have a lot of sunshine, but not particularly warm. 63, 63, 63. The cold air is going to come in and get trapped near the valley floor. A little bit warmer on Saturday. Cloudy and a little rain on Sunday. And that is it for us. Have yourself a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.